What's going on, everybody? Zaber here, back again with another video, and we're going to be watching the next Sonic trailer for Sonic Frontiers. This one is going to be the hands-on preview, basically, of the game, their impressions, IGN's impressions on the game so far. I believe they played, from what I heard, a couple hours, 4 or so hours or something like that. So I have watched this already, but it's been a couple days, and I kind of want to go back to it and see it again and give my thoughts on what I'm thinking of this game. I'm hearing a lot of um, back and forth about, this game looks good, this game doesn't look good, and so it's one of those things that Sonic is not. Uh, he's very familiar with that. Each game that comes out, Sonic '06, it looked good when it first was revealed. Then it came out, it was crap. Sonic Forces, it looked good. Then when it came out, people didn't like it. I actually like Sonic Forces, but it is what it is with Sonic right now. So let's start this video without further ado, and let's see what they got going.
Sonic's done a lot in 30 years. He's been a pioneer of the high-speed 2D platformer,
Yep.
an Olympic athlete, a respectable kart racing enthusiast,
Yep.
a fighter, a TV
Oh, yeah.
star, and a
Really?
Hollywood
Okay.
blockbuster movie star as well. But he's never done open world, and Sonic Frontiers fixes to change that. I was fortunate enough to be one of the first people outside of Sonic Team to go hands-on with Sonic Frontiers, and let me just say, if you're worried about how the blue blur will fare in this unfamiliar genre, well,
We
I
are.
think Crush 40 probably put it best. Open your heart, it's gonna be alright.
I like that. I like that little reference. They know what they talking
The
about,
first
apparently.
thing that struck me about Sonic Frontiers was how uniquely somber and serene it was right from the outset.
There's
After
stuff in the
flying into a
background.
wormhole with Tails and Amy, Sonic finds himself separated from his friends and all alone on an isolated island, with nothing but
So I thought that's I'm glad we're finally getting some context to this story, this information. So he's sucked in the wormhole, and he's looking for his friends. So obviously this isn't the world Sonic is from. He's somewhere else. So I'm glad they're telling us now to kind of give us a reason of why the world is looking the way it is.
an AI voice guiding him to collect the Chaos Emeralds. There's no one for Sonic to bounce quips off of, no energetic Crush 40 soundtrack, just wide open fields as far as the eye can see. There's an air of mystery in Sonic Frontiers.
See, so we're gonna be getting basically this piano arrangement throughout the whole game. I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that. Like, I love my Crush 40. I love, all the theme songs from the adventure games, and just that's the identity of modern Sonic. So um I don't I'm not looking forward to running around in these fields and hearing just these. I mean, I guess I guess the music kind of would get a little jarring after a while. You kind of get tired of it. But I mean, as many times as we ran around in Sonic Adventure, we ran through the stages in Sonic Adventure 2. I never got tired of the music. So, and that's because the music was actually good. I mean, I could see if the music was actually crap, then yeah, it's gonna be jarring. But whatever, they're clearly taking a little slice from Breath of the Wild. So maybe it's actually good. So
And it's a vibe that's driven home even further by the beautiful yet minimalist piano melodies that accompany Sonic as he explores the island.
bumpers and springs, grind rails, pop in, animation
All this is a very intentional choice. I asked Sonic Team head Takashi Izuka to describe how the tone of Sonic Frontiers differs from previous Sonic games, and he said, past games in the Sonic series have taken different tones depending on their stories and themes. This time, these mysterious islands are the game's major setting. That's why our artists have
islands.
worked hard to create a mysterious mood. Of course, the big new change in Sonic Frontiers is the shift from purely linear levels to a huge open
So how many islands is it? That's my question now.
world where Sonic can freely run in any direction. But Sonic Team doesn't like to use the term open world to describe Sonic Frontiers gameplay, instead referring to its style as being open zone. Open
zone.
world games like Zelda or other
Isn't that the same thing? Open world, open zone. I mean, open zone sounds a little bit downscaled from open world. So are they saying that we should temper our expectations because it's not as open as we think because it's open zone? Or are they just trying to say zone because that's, that's the common terminology for the different stages in a Sonic game?
AAA games fundamentally have RPG or adventure worlds. For Sonic, the core here is a 3D action game. Our basic idea was to have that take place in open space. What sets Sonic Frontiers apart is this different approach to an open game world. Having played Sonic Frontiers for about 4 hours, it's easy to see what Izuka-san means.
4 hours.
Sonic Frontiers' open zone design is very different from any other open world I've played. It's a giant playground. Every few feet, there's a bumper spring that bounces you like a pinball between 5 other bumpers before putting you on one of the many grindable rail tracks. Or a speed ramp that sets you on a completely different path leading to some other collectible or reward. Or a line of rings that you can lightspeed dash into. Essentially, they've taken that core appeal of every Sonic level having multiple paths that eventually loop back around to the main one and applied that to these giant non-linear open zones. One thing that has to be noted is that very few of these elements are built into the environmental design, meaning that rails, platforms, boost rings, and so on are just inexplicably floating in the air all around, which isn't totally unusual for a Sonic game, but it feels especially jarring in Frontiers in particular because of the frequent and sudden pop-in of these objects and the otherwise very naturalistic art style.
Yes.
Of course, it's worth emphasizing that this gameplay and the version that I played were from an early build, but this is definitely an area that I would hope to see improvement in the final version.
How early is this build? That's what I want to know. How early is this build? And also, if this is supposed to come out in 2022, it's already June, and they didn't release any type of dates or no release date. So that right there tells me that it's not gonna make it. It's by now you should have a concrete date of when this game is coming out this fall, and we didn't get anything but 2022. So usually when I see that, I don't get my hopes up. So it's unfortunate, but maybe the game needs it.
Beyond that, there are also a wide variety of puzzles and challenges that are littered throughout the zone, and completing them is how you uncover
These puzzles are very simple, very simplistic. Maybe they get more complex later on, but I mean, this puzzle is like a kindergarten could have made this puzzle.
Sections of your map. Most of these are very simple, requiring you to orient a statue the correct way, quickly hop back and forth between colored tiles, or use Sonic's new side loop ability to draw circles around certain objects in the environment to interact with them.
I mean, the Sonic games are tailored toward kids, so I could kind of get it. I could kind of see that. But when you see a world like this, it's like your mind wants you to look at it as this is like a serious Sonic game. Like, we about to deal with some real stuff now. And at the end of the day, it's still gonna be a Sonic for the kids. So, hey, that means it's for everyone. So I ain't complaining on that. But yep.
Best ones though are the races against the clock, where you have to get from point A to point B in a limited amount of time. The openness of Frontiers level design makes straightforward races like these a ton of fun, because you have to try and improvise a path to the end that might not be immediately obvious.
New tricks.
There are some exceptions, but combat in traditional Sonic games generally isn't a thing that goes much deeper than jumping,
what game is
rolling,
it?
or
What
using
game
a
is it?
homing
Oh,
attack
this is
into
Forces.
enemies at the right time. That changes in Sonic Frontiers, which now
Why does
has
that
you
look
fighting
better than
all
this?
sorts of wandering enemies and mini-bosses using an all-new array of incredibly flashy attacks. It's not all style and no substance though. Sonic is able to quickly dodge using the bumper buttons on the gamepad, and by pressing them together, he can even parry attacks with the right timing. His homing attack also feels much more powerful, landing with a ton of impact and keeping Sonic stuck to his enemy, allowing for a flurry of follow-up strikes.
I mean, it's cool. It's really cool to see Sonic do, but at the same time, animations are jank. It looks tight, but animations are jank. Definitely.
One of the things I really appreciate about the combat from what I played
I like the
is that there
animation,
are
though.
usually multiple ways to deal with specific enemies. Like, take for example this guy, who has an impenetrable shell that he can expand into spinning blades and throw at you. To deal with him is just to carefully time your homing attacks so you don't get hit by the blades. But if you do that, the window to damage him is small. To increase that window, you can either parry the blades and knock them away right before they hit you, or you can even use Sonic's side loop ability to encircle the enemy, which causes the shell to go flying upwards.
Yeah.
Defeating these enemies will reward you with EXP that you can use to purchase new skills from a skill tree, which gives Sonic Frontiers a really nice feeling of power progression.
So that's
even in
experience
just the
points.
relatively short amount of time that I played. Some of the later skills that you can get are just unbelievably cool, and it's super satisfying to see Sonic Team experiment with different ways that Sonic can attack enemies
That
beyond
drop
just
kick.
spins, jumps, and bumps. In addition to these smaller enemies, there are also a handful of enormous world bosses that I had to contend with. These are near Shadow of the Colossus-esque in their scale, with one in particular against a beast named Asura, requiring Sonic to bait the
Asura.
Titan to slam the ground and then boost up its arm in order to reach
Asura.
the weak spots on its head. It's an ambitious boss battle, far beyond anything I've seen in the Sonic series to date, but it's also the part of the game that needs the most work. Far too often, I'd fly off the boss's arm without knowing why, or I'd get to the top and for some reason lack the momentum needed to actually reach the head. Sonic must hunt down and defeat these bosses in order to collect portal gears, which open up portals that lead to bite-sized linear stages.
dangling on
following
the
style of
side.
previous Sonic games, giving Sonic Frontiers a nice mix of both old and new styles. These classic levels each come with a handful of
Wow.
optional goals, like beating the level under a certain time, collecting all the red rings, and so on, with each goal rewarding you with a vault key, which are needed to unlock the coveted Chaos Emeralds.
Bulk key, and that unlocks the Chaos Emeralds. Huh.
Sonic Frontiers is an exciting
Okay.
new step forward for the Sonic series into uncharted territory, and based on my time with it, Sonic Team seems to have hit upon a winning formula. There's certainly still work to be done before it's released during the holiday season. There's a lot of distracting pop-in, there's a fair amount of bugs still left to be squashed, and the big boss
Definitely
fights
bugs.
could do with some tweaking. But ultimately, my time with this early build answered the one question I had on my mind. Will Sonic's one-of-a-kind gameplay translate into an open world? The answer is a resounding absolutely. Thanks for watching, and
Absolutely.
tune into IGN for more Sonic Frontiers coverage as
He
part
said
of
absolutely.
IGN First.
Huh. Absolutely, huh? Alright. Wow. So we get some context on this story that Sonic wrapped himself in a wormhole with his friends, got separated, in this new world where stuff is just basic. You know what I think it is? I think Sonic, Tails, Amy, and all them, they all got sucked into this world, and all the elements of the Sonic games got sucked into this world too. So everything just popped into this world, and it's just stuff just scattered everywhere. You got grind rails all over the place. You got ramps all over the place. You got grind springs and just all these different things is just randomly placed. That's the only explanation for why the game is designed, the visual design of this game is the way it is. That would only make sense if they went that route with the story. I'm hoping they go that route with the story and not just say, oh, Sonic's in this world and this is how the world always is, and like it's just made for him to just run around in. So So then that brings up the question: is Sonic the only playable character? Because he's gonna find his friends eventually. Is he the only playable character? And then my other question is, how many worlds or zones, open zones, are there? So this is open zone Green Hills or whatever. Um, is it actually gonna be other zones that look different from this? Is it gonna be like a casino zone? Is it gonna be a ice escape zone? Is it gonna be, like how many zones are there, and what type of zones will there be? That's what I'm looking forward to seeing. So I hope that is what's gonna really make this game shine, is the other zones, because this zone so far, um, to me, it's like it's not horrible, but it's not amazing. It's just okay, you know. Um, it's just okay, and it could look better, but it also could be worse to where they don't have any of the stuff to make to vary up the gameplay, and it's just not just a empty area, empty space. So let's see, what other questions do I have about this game? When is this coming out? When is this coming out? That's the biggest question, because I am looking forward to this game. Um, I know a lot of people is really upset. They want it to be delayed. Me personally, I would like it to be delayed also. But if you're gonna delay it, work on the things that actually need work. Like, don't delay it and just sit on it and just say, "Oh, we fixed some bug fixes. We did this and we did that." No, actually take the feedback and the criticism and literally put some put the things in the game that the fans are looking for. And that's what's really gonna, I wouldn't say save the game, but make it from being a okay game or a good game to being a great game. But I know right now this game is not gonna be in the game of the year runnings for sure. No matter when this game come out, if it comes out this year, Elden Ring is about to take over. If it comes out next year, Breath of the Wild is about to take over, or God of War, or whatever game. So it's got no chance with the big dogs. Um, so I'm really looking forward to this game. And what else am I thinking of? Yeah, that's my initial thoughts right now on this game. I probably will make another video. Um, well, I will make another video of the next gameplay when they release that, and give you guys my thoughts. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Um, how's this gameplay, this preview looking for you guys? Is it hyping you up to know the context of the story now and what's going on with Sonic and his adventure? Or are you still on the same boat and not really looking forward to it, or are you still excited? Let me know in the comments. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe. And till the next video, I'm out. Peace.